Welcome back, dear students of class 7. Today we are going to study how to create a simple form in HTML. It is a part of the chapter Tables and Form in HTML, which is your chapter 10. So, students, to create a form in HTML, we use the form tag. This has been I've already told you. Okay, so to create a simple form in HTML, what do we require? We require the form tag. Okay, now students, as you can see, the form tag is used to create the form tag. Now, a form contains different types of boxes like the text box. You can see this is a text box. Over here, whichever user will open this form, the user has to type its name over here. That means they have to type text. That is why this box is called as the text box. Okay, students. Now, what is a text box? A text box allows the user to enter data such as characters and numbers. So, in this box, you can enter characters like letters from A to Z, small or capital. So, if your name, you can type your name or any other character over here. You can also type numbers over here in a text box. Okay. On the other hand, this box is a password box. Okay. This is a password box. Now, what is a password box? A password box, students, is a box in which we can enter characters and numbers as password. But whenever we type in this, whatever we type in this will not be visible to us. What will be visible to us? Dots will be visible to us when we type anything in this particular box. Okay, dots will be visible like this. Even if we type A, still we'll see dots. Okay, so today we are going to learn how to create this text box in HTML. So let me show you how to do it practically. So first thing is that we will open our notepad. Now after opening the notepad, we will type the first tag, that is the HTML tag. After this, we will type the head tag. After HTML tag, head tag comes. After head tag, we always write the title tag, and then inside the title tag, we write the title of the web page. For example, I'll write form, a simple form. Okay, I'll write the title as simple form. You can write anything over here related to your whatever kind of HTML page you're creating. Then we close this title tag, and after closing the title tag, we close the head tag. So let us close the head tag, and after the head tag is closed, now we open the body tag. And now inside this body tag, students, I'll just write simple form. Okay, students. Now this is a simple text that will appear on my uh, at the top of the page. Now, if you don't want to write this, it's okay. Now I'll write the tag. I'll use the tag which is called as the form tag, students. Okay. So to create a form, we use the form tag. Now we need to create a simple text box like this. Name and password. This is a password box. This is our text box. Okay. So first I'll write name and then I'll write colon. Okay. Over here colon is not there. If you want to write to show colon before your name, then it's okay. Even if you don't show it, it's okay. Now see, students, now the first tag that we use to create any type of input element, like this text box is an input element, right? So the tag that we use is called as input. Okay, because over here the user is going to input certain data. Okay, so we are going to use the input tag. Now the input tag has a type attribute. The input tag has a type attribute. This attribute, inside this attribute, we will write text. It will symbolize that we are going to create a text. So this type attribute, this is an attribute. This type is an attribute of the, sorry, this type is an attribute of the input tag. over here, if I type text, if the value of this type attribute is text, then the text box will be created. If the value of this attribute, if I keep it password, then password box will be created. Okay, so this attribute is very important. Okay, students, so for creating a text box, I will write type input, this is the tag, then type equal to, then text. Okay, then as you can see over here, certain more attributes are mentioned over here, like the name attribute, the size attribute, and the max length attribute. Okay, so what is the name attribute? In every control that in the form must have a name to identify it. It appears as the label in the form and should be unique. Okay, so they have written what name equals to first name. Okay, so actually what they are doing, the name equals to first name, this name attribute over here, and this is the second input element, that is the password box. Because they have given same name, they have actually grouped this. They have what has been done, these two different input elements, these two, this box and this box, they have been grouped together. That is why they have given them as same name. Okay, so the name attribute is just used to, in every form control to identify it uniquely. Okay, students, if this over here name, if you write it differently, and over here if some other value is written and over here some other value is written, then they have a unique value. But if you want to group them, then you give them the same name. For example, in this program they have given the same name. Okay, the name of this is also same and this is also same. Okay, you can give any name, but because these two names are same over here, values are same over here for the name attribute, then these two are grouped together in this particular form. They are mapped together. Okay, students. So this is your name attribute. The next is the size attribute. The size attribute, basically what it does, it specifies the width of the input field. So you can see over here, the width of this input field they have given as 20. Size equals to 20. That means from here to here, the width is 20 from this point to this point. Okay, if you make it 40 instead of 20, what will happen? This size will be doubled. Okay, it will not go out of the page, it will be inside of the page only, but the size will be doubled of this particular box. And then there's a max length attribute. Max length equals to 10. What is the meaning of max length equals to 10? Max length equals to 10 means that inside this I can now only type 10 text. Okay, suppose I want to type anything. Suppose if I type VIKRAM, okay, so this is 6. Okay, then if I want to type RAT, okay, then it will only take 10 letters. If I further, if I want to type, it will not get typed, only 10 including spaces. It will only take how many letters? 10 letters. Okay, including spaces. But if I increase this to 20, now this box can contain, I can type inside this box 20 letters, not more than that. Okay, I can type less than 20 or less than 10 if I mention it over here. But what this will not contain more than this max length value. Okay, you cannot type anything more than the max length value. And then there is one more attribute, which is value. If you mention anything inside this, then whatever you mention inside this value attribute, the same thing will be already typed over here. Okay, normally we don't use this, okay, attribute, but still I just told you what it is. Okay, so whatever value you already enter over here. So right now it is blank, that's why nothing is appearing over here. Okay, whatever you type over here, the same thing will be already be presented over here. So this is your value attribute. So these are different attributes of the input tag: the type attribute, the name attribute, size attribute, max length, and value. So let us use these attributes practically. Okay, so input type equals to text, name equals to, will give anything. Okay, I'll give uh, I'll also give first name only. Okay. No, full. I'll give full name. You can write anything inside this value. Okay. Now, uh, the next attribute is your size attribute. So size, suppose I'll keep the size as 50. Okay, I'll keep the size as 50. This box is going to be a very huge box. Okay. Now, next attribute is the max length attribute. So max length, oh sorry, max length equals to, suppose I keep 10. Okay, just to show you, I'm keeping 10. So this is my box that I am creating. Okay. Now I'll have to close the form tag. I'll close the form tag and I will then close the body tag, and now I'll close the HTML tag. And now I have to save this page as what? Form.html. Okay. I can give it any name. I'll just save it on my desktop. Okay, this already exists. I'll just give it some name 22.h form22.html. So it got saved, and now it will appear on my desktop. See, this is the my page that I've created, and now see, a simple this text box has been created. Now from here to here, its length is how much? 50. Okay, but if you remember, I had given max length equals to 10. So I can only type 10 letters inside this, or 10 characters inside this. See, I have typed this A how many times? 10 times. And now even though I am typing, still it is not getting typed. Okay, because the max length is 10. Okay, so I can only type 10 values inside this. Okay, students. So this is how we create a simple text box. Now, how to create a password box? It is very simple, students. To create a password box, we just need to uh, change this value. Okay, so if you want to create a password box, first let me write password over here. So this will appear as it is on the body. Okay, this will appear as it is. And now to create the box, I just need to change this. Okay, password. If you want to change the size, you can change the size. I'll make it 25. Okay, so this box will be just half the size of this box, and I'll keep max length equals to 10 only. Okay, so now you can enter only a password that is 10 characters long. So I'll just save it and I'll refresh this, and you can see a password box has appeared over here. Now if you want to bring this to another line, you know that we have to use what? Which tag? A BR tag between these two. BR tag breaks the line. Okay, so I'll save it and again I'll refresh it. So you can see it has come to the next line. If you want to add one more space of one more line, so just add one more BR tag, save it and refresh it. Now you can see. Now see, from here to here the length is 50. Okay, width is 50, but from here to here it is 25. Okay, now inside this also, whenever I type, you can see whatever I type, it is appearing in form of dots, and I cannot type more than 10 characters. Why? Because max length is 10. If I increase this, now I can type 20. See, I'm saving it and now refreshing it, and now I can type how many letters? 20 letters, more than 10. Okay, so this is how you create simple form. Okay, students, this is how we create a simple form in which we have created, successfully learned how to create a text box and how to create a password box. The next topic, students, is how to create a checkbox. Now first let us understand what exactly a checkbox is. Okay, so what is a checkbox? A checkbox is a toggle switch. What is the meaning of toggle switch, students? Toggle switch is a type of button on which if you click once, then it will do some function, and second time if you click on it, then it will do the opposite function of what it did earlier. For example, you might have seen a on off button on your computers. Okay, a button, on off button like this. A circle is there and one sign is there. This type of button on your computers or your laptops, this type of button is there. If you press this button once and if your computer is off, suppose if your computer is off, okay, and if you press this button, what will happen? Your computer will be switched on. And if your computer is on, now that your computer is on, once more if you press this button, what will happen? The computer will switch off. That means once when you are pressing this button, the computer is doing what? It is getting on, and other second time when you press it, then it is what? It is switching off. A key that functions like this is called as a toggle switch. Okay, a checkbox is like a toggle switch where user can select or deselect one or more than one items. Okay, so as you can see over here, if I click on this, okay, if we click on this on a web page, if we click on this type of button, this type of button, the square button that is shown over here, this is called as a checkbox. This is another checkbox. If I click on this, then a checkbox like this will appear over here. But second time if I click on this, then this checkbox will be removed. So this also acts like a toggle switch. Okay, and normally on a form, if you get you will get this check boxes when you have to select one or more than one items. Okay, so if you want to select both these, it can be done. If you want to select only any one, that can also be done. Okay, to select or to deselect one or more than one items in a form, checkbox is added. Okay, students. So as with other form controls, uh, you have to type your label next to the checkbox. Okay, so see, this is the checkbox and this is your label. This is your checkbox, this is your label. So you have to type your label next to the checkbox like we were doing it on the forms. Now see students, what is written? How to create a checkbox? Use the input tag, then use the type attribute, and in the type attribute use the value as checkbox. Then you can give any name. This is the name attribute. It works same as it was working earlier. Now this is the value. Okay, this is a value attribute. It okay, whatever is written over here, it doesn't matter. Okay, whatever is written here, that will be mapped on later on. And see, this is the a checked attribute. So whichever one is checked, what will happen? That if you write this with your this checkbox, if you write checked, then that particular option will always be checked whenever you open this form for the first time. Okay, students. So let me show you how to create a checkbox. Okay, how to create multiple checkboxes. In fact, okay. So how to create checkbox? The first thing is we need to use the input tag and its type attribute. Okay, so I'll use input, and now input, I'll type input, then type equals to check box. Okay, now name, I can give any name. Okay, if I give full name, see, this one also has full name, this one also has full name, and this one also has full name. That means all these three input elements are grouped together. Okay, now now see, if I use checked, okay, if I use checked attribute, what will happen? Okay, and now I have to give some name. Suppose uh, coffee. Okay, coffee. I'm writing coffee. First option is coffee. Then I'll create one more checkbox. Okay, and instead of coffee, I'll write burger. And then I'll create one more checkbox, and instead of burger, I'll write pizza. Okay, so I have given three options. The user can either select all three, or the user can select any two, or the user can select any one. Okay, students. Now let us just add BR between these options. Okay, let me add BR, and now let me just save it. And now when I open this, you can see all these options are already checked. You know why are they are already selected? Because see, in the code I have used this checked option. If I remove this checked option from the burger and pizza, what is going to happen is that only this one will be already checked. Let me show you. Save and refresh. You see, only this option is already checked and these two are not checked. Now, what can the user do? User can uncheck this. If I click on this once, see, right now it is unchecked. When I click on this, that means this option has been selected and these two have not been selected. If I click on this, that means these two options has been selected and this one is not selected. But I can select all three also, or I can select any two. Okay, students, so this type of box is called as checkbox. Okay, students, now there are more types of box like radio, but buttons, and there is your uh, this drop down menus. Okay, there are certain drop down menus also, or drop down list it is called as. That we will study in the next lecture. Okay, students, if you have any doubt regarding how to create a text box, how to create a checkbox, and how to create a password box, then you can ask me in the comment section of this video. Thanks for listening. Take care of yourself and be well.